I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Yo, what's up? What do you guys all been out of shape for?
What are we doing here?
I don't know. My power must have flickered in the middle of the night. I woke up and my alarm clock was just blinking. So, so I didn't have time to get all the graphics right or anything. I had just gone to sleep a few hours before. So we're just gonna rip through them. I had 28 games set up. So I guess I'll just set up right here a list of all the games and we'll just rip through them real quick. 1 second. All right. Northwestern Tulane. I am on Northwestern plus 6.5. What's it at now?
4.5 now.
4.5.
Love it. Yeah. I think Northwestern might win. But yeah, I'm on Northwestern here. Mac.
Cosign, yeah, I like Stone and company. Rhett's left. The news came out that he's going to get the start. I think that shows you everything, that they're uncertain with their quarterback position when they went out and got him. I like Northwestern's defense and all that returning production. So give me the points. I think Northwestern wins outright.
Scoop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on Northwestern as well. I don't think Retzlaff is that good. He has high expectations, but it's a retooled offensive line. Kai Hughes has gone from their running back room. They lost their top 5 receivers. I actually really like this Northwestern defense. I think Tulane's going to have a harder time moving the ball than people think. And like Max said, Preston Stone's like 5 times a better quarterback than Lausch and White. So it's just with it just had no passing game last year for Northwestern, and everyone stacked the box. I think it's going to be a lot different this year, especially with Tulane losing most of their defense. And I think it's just going to be a more balanced team for Northwestern. So plus their defense is going to improve just because there's an offense. So I think this is going to be a 1-score game in Northwestern in the fourth for Northwestern. I think they can win too. So
Ball State, Purdue. I guess Purdue, but I really don't know. I don't know what Barry Odom does with that team right away. I still think Ryan Walters was not given a fair shake, and I don't know how Barry Odom does what Ryan Walters isn't able to do. So I would imagine the Purdue defense is still terrible. But Ball State, what the hell? The coach from Ball State is Uremovich. He comes from Butler, run first program. I honestly have no idea. I guess Purdue minus the points or pass.
I'm on the under in this one. I can't get there with either side. In reality, Purdue should win this by 3 touchdowns, but I can't trust Purdue. Obviously, they're going to be improved. It's hard not to be after that performance last year. I don't like that their starting quarterback transferred out just to transfer right back in and starting. They thought they should go with Singleton at quarterback, but Ryan Brown's still here. Offensive line just itself has 20 transfers overall. They have 11 out, 9 in. So I think it's going to take some time to gel. And I feel like, you're telling me Brian Brown and on the other side, Kyle Kelly can put up points. These are 2 overhauled rosters, 2 overhauled offensive lines. So yeah, it should be a ground and pound type game from both sides. Pass protection is going to be a bit rough. And I know Ball State was terribly defensively last year. The front 7, though, is going to be improved. And it's what Purdue's going to do. It's going to be an ugly game. I feel like Purdue should do enough defensively, too, to take care of this game. But I just think it's going to be an under.
Mac, anything?
Ball State's taking some money. It's down to 16.5. It was at 18.5 last night. So somebody like Uremovich, or however you pronounce it, coming over from Butler. Just a lot of unknowns. You got 2 first-year head coaches. It seems to be a common theme this year. We have so many first-year versus first-year head coaches, more than I can ever remember. Purdue replaces everybody. I'll take the points, but there's no strong conviction. I need to see these 2 play a game.
Yeah, Ball State might be really bad.
I know. But hey, the MAC is covering every game, so they may just win the game outright.
5-0 for the MAC so far.
Yeah.
Here we go. Syracuse plus 14. Are the 14 still available? No, 13.5 across the board. You'll love to see it. So I think Jeff Nixon is going to scheme some things up to complete some throws on this Tennessee defense. And I know Tennessee's defense, their numbers look great from last year, but I was looking at the schedule, and I was talking about this in the video I uploaded. They got thrown on the 3 times they saw passing attacks last year, and they didn't see a whole lot of great passing attacks last year at Tennessee, and they bring back like 8 or 9 starters on the defense, but 2 of them are injured or not playing in this game, the corner and then one of the pieces on the defensive line. So they're not 100%. So I know we all look at Syracuse offense and we're like, there's no way they could replicate what they did last year. They lose too much. Kyle McCord gone, the wide receiver's gone, offensive line is gone. But I think it's Jeff Nixon. It was his first year there calling the plays. I think he's going to have some creativity schemed up. I think this is a 1-score game. I'm on Syracuse plus 14.
Go ahead. I'm going to lay the number. I trust this Tennessee defense, and I think that Aguilar is going to fit in nicely with this offense. I think that they're going to be able to run the ball. I don't think it's going to be a blowout from the beginning, but I'm not the biggest Angeli fan over with the Q. So I think that defense, all that returning production, you look at what Tennessee has done against the ACC the last couple of years in these early matchups. Virginia, they just absolutely destroyed. NC State, they absolutely destroyed. They say this is a neutral game. This is in Atlanta. This is a true home game for Tennessee. So I think Tennessee pulls away late, wins a game like 31-10. But I don't think it's going to be a boat race from the beginning.
Scoop.
This did creep into the 2-possession mark, like Kyle said. That was 14. I'm not sure I trust Joey Aguilar laying 2 touchdowns. I mean, the guy has problems with turnovers. He's been careless with the ball.
He can't even beat the Sun Belt.
And I think Syracuse's defense is going to be improved over last year. You have a new quarterback in Aguilar who tries to throw in trouble with a brand new line. Only 4 players on his O-line even played over 100 snaps last year. Syracuse front 7 actually should be a strength of this team. 9 of their defensive linemen played last year. Derek McDonald stayed at linebackers. You got that great linebacker from South Dakota, Gary Bryant, to join his team with Wax and Barron. I am, like Max said, concerned about Syracuse offense a little, losing McCord, their wideouts, a bunch of pieces. But I feel like Stephen Jelly can make some plays on a questionable kind of Tennessee secondary. I don't think Syracuse wins here. I think they're just going to stay close because I don't think Tennessee's going to make really big plays on offense. They'll play it smart. They're going to run the ball a lot, control possession. But with Syracuse's improved defense, I think their offense will probably just continue to air it out. So I like Syracuse. I had it at 14, though.
Yeah, I have it on 14 also. I think most people probably have this at 14 because I gave this at 14 and it was sitting at 14 for like a day. They're good. I'm pretty sure everyone has 14. Next up, Texas, Ohio State. I have Texas plus 2.5.
I didn't bet this. I had 2.5. It's really a toss-up. I don't know how Sam's going to be. Arch Manning, back there. Like I said before, these aren't the same teams that just face each other. Both are new quarterbacks. There's turnover all over the place. I think Texas still is in better shape. They have Arch, who played in some meaningful games last year. Sarkisian kept both of his coordinators heading into this one, with Ryan Day having new players back there. So, I'm just not sure. Both sides are dealing with 4 new offensive linemen against a pretty stacked front 7. It's going to be hard to score points in the first half. I would go under. I do think this game goes under, maybe a first half under. I think they're both going to pretty much start slow. I think the defense is going to do better than the offense to start the game. So I do like Texas's offense a little bit more just because Julian's saying, obviously he's going to be a good quarterback. Just not sure how he's going to be against a Texas front 7 the first game of the season. So I would go under. I would go under first half more than the full game under.
Mac?
I got my Buckeye red on today because I'm on the Buckeyes. First, I like the under. I agree with Scoop. I think that this is a boxing match. You see it in these early season matchups, trying to more body blows and feel each other out. Then you start getting those knockout punches late in the game when you get the second half adjustments. But I just have a rule. I'm not going to back not a freshman quarterback, but a young quarterback making his first true road start. And he's making it at the shoe with 4 new offensive linemen against, I know Ohio State lost everybody on the defense, but it's Ohio State. They recruit at a high level. And Ohio State still has the 2 best players on the field and arguably in college football. So I'll take the Buckeyes, getting a nice discount on that money line at the shoe where they raised the banner today.
Yeah, it's closer to a pick now than it was earlier.
Yeah.
Next up.
I'm happy not having a bet in that game and just watching it.
So we're about to run out of graphics in a second, so we'll just have to read them off. Mississippi State Southern Miss. I know Southern Miss is pretty fired up for this one and pretty fired up for this season with Charles Huff coming in. They bring in basically the entire Marshall roster. Is this a rivalry here, Mac?
It's not a rivalry, but it's little brother, because anytime you're a G5 team and you get an SEC team coming into your home field, you don't get many opportunities like that. So I'm all over Southern Miss, and I actually am going to sprinkle on the money line. They have the Sun Belt Player of the Year at the quarterback position coming over from Marshall. I think everybody just looks at that 1-11 record last year and says, "Oh, they suck. They're going to have a terrible year again." But when you actually dive into it, Charles Huff brings over his team from Marshall. They won the Sun Belt, and he's had success in these bye games. He won at Notre Dame with Marshall. He won another bye game another year as well. I think they're live. I think this is going to be a heck of a game in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, I get why Southern Miss is not Southern Miss team from last year. I mean, you should pretty much price Southern Miss as if it's Marshall, because that's what it is. But with a healthy Blake Shapeman, I think Mississippi State is pretty tough offensive. I don't know if Southern Miss makes a stop in this game. Scoop?
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the underdog here. I am taking Marshall. I know it's not Marshall, but yeah, 21 players are from that great Marshall team from last year. They have their quarterback in Brennan Braxton, who was awesome. Matt Jones, new running back from Ole Miss. I think the receiving core for Southern Miss is actually absolutely loaded, mainly because it's Marshall's receivers. But really, this is going to be, can this team compete with an SEC team in Mississippi State? I mean, obviously Mississippi State was the worst SEC team last year. None of their SEC losses were even one-score games. Blake Shapen is back, who is way better than Michael Van Buren, but I don't know how good he is really. He only put up 17 points against Toledo last year. The defense was just terrible, and I mean, with all the new pieces against what should be a solid Southern Miss offense, I'm not trusting it. Southern Miss defense shouldn't be that bad. They got 8 new DBs. It's basically Marshall's secondary with Penix from Virginia Tech and Hill from Liberty. So the whole unit kind of has continuity, experience. I just can't lay 14 with the Mississippi State team that only beat UMass and Eastern Kentucky last year. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Southern Miss here.
I'll say over or pass. Like I said, with healthy Blake Shapeman, also Fluff Bothwell there in the backfield for Mississippi State, I think that offense might actually be all right. Maybe not all right by SEC standards, but for Southern Miss, I think it's going to be a powerhouse. So I think Mississippi State could score in every single possession. So I'll just say over. You can get 60.5. I didn't bet that. FEU Maryland, man, I want to back Kitley. I want to back Kitley so bad. I think they're gonna win.
I don't think Maryland's going to be great this year. I mean, actually, in fact, Maryland is so much of an afterthought that I don't even remember talking about them for 15 minutes when we went through our college football preview.
They suck, dude.
I mean, that being said, I am excited for Malik Washington and what he could do, but I think he's going to be awesome.
Is he even been named the starter?
Well, yeah. Even then, the issue is what other playmakers do they actually have? I mean, the running backs and wide receivers don't have a ton of experience. Only 2 players on his team had over 100 yards receiving last year. There's only 2 starters back on his O-line. And their defensive front 7 looks absolutely rough on paper. It looks awful. The D-line last year was awful. All 4 starters are gone. They do get decent transfers, but there's not a lot of experience here. The secondary isn't much better either, with only Roland back, who only started 4 games. So FAU, I mean, youngest head coach in the country now. He's going to throw the ball a ton, I think, with Caden Veldkamp. Just with Cam Fancher gone, I trust this team more than on offense. I mean, you saw Cam Fancher get benched yesterday, so or 2 days ago. I don't know, whatever this is. There's 32 transfers in here. This FAU team is going to go back to FAU. Last year was their worst season since 2016. I think Brett Newhurst, the new DC who was at Coastal, is going to dial up a solid defense this year. Yeah, I mean, I like them. I think I just realized I took 4 underdogs to start, so not great. But, yeah, week 1 dogs, let's go. Yeah, I like FAU here.
Mac, I know Mac's on Maryland. I saw it on his Twitter.
Yeah, well, that was our entry. That was one of CJ's favorite plays. I did take Maryland. So one thing about Maryland does suck, but Maryland is good in the bully role. They're a front runner, foo-foo team is what I like to call them. They beat up on the G5 teams, and then they can't win a Big Ten game once they get to actual real football. So if you remember last year, they boat raced UConn in the opener. UConn ended up being a 9-win team. I just don't see how FAU gets a stop in this game. I think Hitley, that offense is going to go, but I could just see an absolute shootout where ultimately FAU can't keep up with Maryland. And I just think Maryland pulls away, wins by 2+ touchdowns, like a 49-35 crazy game.
So you're on.
Sorry, 52-35. It's 14.5. Can't do math this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, I was like, hold on.
17. I meant 17. Carry the one.
So FAU, Maryland. So yeah, I want to back Kitley so bad. I think that offense is going to be cool with Veldkamp and Messer out there. They've got a quarterback, a head coach that wants to throw the ball all over the field. They've got a quarterback that can throw the ball all over the field, and they brought in a receiver, slot receiver that he's comfortable with. Maryland is trash. The problem is, I think FAU's defense might be like next level bad this year.
No, it's going to be better this year. It's going to be better.
I think it might be like really bad. They don't have a ton of talent on the defense, number one. Number two, their coach is a Texas Tech guy that throws the ball and runs the ball a million miles an hour. I mean, typically your defense doesn't get put in the best situations with that type of coaching.
Their offense is going to go fast as hell FAU this year.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of possessions in this game. That's the one promise I can make.
Yeah, but Maryland's just so bad.
I don't disagree.
All right, let's move on. Oh, man, were you out of graphics already? No way. All right, well, next up is Toledo, Kentucky. I really like, Mac, what you said about this one on your show.
About the trendy dog?
Well, yeah, it wasn't necessarily about the trendy dog. It was just you were talking about Kentucky, how their defense, Toledo's going to try to go in there and throw the ball, and Kentucky's defense a real good matchup. And then you said that, and I was looking at the game at the same time when you were talking about it, and I agreed. And then the line went up from 9 to 10, like a few hours later. So are you still on Are you still in Kentucky?
I love Kentucky, and I like backing coaches that had a rare down year. I think the Stoops hate's gone a little bit too far. I mean, he does do well early in the year against these bye teams. Last year, as bad as they were, 4-8, they absolutely housed the MAC champion in the Bobcats, 41-6. So I think Kentucky, bad taste in their mouth coming off a bad offseason, new group here. I'm going to fade the trendy dog in Toledo. I do like Toledo on the season, but I think this is a bad spot. So big blue for me.
Scoop.
I'm going to take the underdog and be the trendy public side here. Toledo, I mean, I just said they beat Mississippi State last year. They beat Pitt in a bowl game. This team's definitely capable of beating a Power 4 school, even though it's an improved Kentucky team. But I feel like it's an improved Toledo team, too. This team, along with probably Buffalo, are the two front runners of the MAC. I think Tucker Gleason's an awesome dual threat quarterback. I think he's going to be the best MAC quarterback this year. Toledo's new running back is from this Kentucky team. In addition to returning their running back from last year, Toledo's O-line last year came into the season with 0 career starts. This year, I feel like they're going to be one of the MAC's best. One thing I am concerned about is Toledo's defense, mainly the front seven. With a capable quarterback back there, you're thinking Calzada from Incarnate Word. It'll open up the running game for Kentucky. So I think this Kentucky offense, you can look to score some points. I mean, I know their receivers are the best in a while. Their backs are solid. I mean, kind of leaning towards an over now in my head. I mean, they've done a great job on this offensive line. I could see this game going back and forth here, scoring. I just like the 10.5 with Toledo, so I would take them.
There we go. As we're finishing up, I did bet this game actually, but I went under. Market doesn't seem to like it. It looks like it went up. But I would agree more with Mac than Scoop. I think this is going to be a really tough matchup for Toledo. Toledo's an offense that I think is going to be very, very good. I think it's the best offense of the MAC by far. Gleason's back at quarterback. They bring back some pieces on the offensive line. They're loaded at wide receiver. They bring back their first team all-conference wide receiver. Their RB room upgrade. Their RB1 from last year is like RB3 this year. So they upgraded at wide receiver, running back, quarterback's back. I think they're going to be very, very good offense. Problem is, they're an offense that likes to throw the ball a little bit, and Kentucky's secondary might be really, really elite this year. Kentucky's a program that develops NFL talent at the secondary level. They bring back a lot of production. I don't think you're going to go into Lexington and throw the ball. So, yeah, it would be under 48.5 because I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not very optimistic about Kentucky's offense, but I do think Kentucky wins this one comfortably, but it'd be under. Is what I actually bet. All right, let's see if
There's
this
a
works.
9.5 on. I think there's a 9.5 on ESPN.
Come on, graphics.
Let's see. There's
Hey.
Oh, that's the wrong one, but let's see if it works with the right one. Hey, there we go.
There you go.
National champion ODU.
Well, once we hit like 11:45, we'll just go into a rapid fire with all the remaining games and just read them off real quick. So I'm big on Old Dominion this year. Me and Scoop talked about it in the offseason video. We're like talking like, this is the year. Like I think Ricky Ronnie, I think he's gonna have a breakout season. There's a reason he still has a job despite never having a winning year. It's because they believe him to be a good coach, and I think he's going to show everyone he's a good coach this year. Old Dominion, if you weren't following, last year they made the quarterback change midway through the season to Colton Joseph, and when they did that, this offense out of nowhere became explosive. This guy's a dual threat quarterback. He runs, he throws it. And Old Dominion was ripping teams up. They were averaging like 35 points per game in their last handful of games. They look significantly better. They bring back a ton of production in the defensive front. I think they're going to have a tough run defense. The thing is, they're opening up on the road in Indiana. This is an offense in Old Dominion that wants to run the ball. If there's one thing I can hang my hat on in college football, it's that Cignetti, you're not going to run the ball. Like, you're not going to go into Indiana just pound the ball between the tackles on Cignetti's team. So there's no way. I can't take it here. But I want like Old Dominion. It would only be Old Dominion. I think they're way better than being perceived. But this is gonna be tough.
Yeah, Kyle's preaching the gospel. I'm taking Powerhouse Old Dominion here. But actually, what I did bet on the site too is the first half Old Dominion. This is the first time in 6 years that their head coach has the returning quarterback. It's gonna really help this team. Colton Joseph should have a better year this year. I love their running back Hargrave. Actually really like their defense. Both sides of the ball is going to be improved. I mean, this team should be able to compete in the Sun Belt. Indiana's reloading their team. Fernando Mendoza should be fine overall. He was decent at Cal, but it's still a step down from Rourke. They lost their number 1, 2, and 4 rushers from last year. Jason Henderson is one of the Sun Belt's best linebackers. 4 other players on his defense were all Sun Belt last year. I feel like Indiana's going to start off slow. ODU can make some big plays. I think Indiana pulls out late, but I think they're going to have trouble starting off. So I like the first half for Old Dominion here. So I made that bet 2 days ago.
Mac, your thoughts on Old Dominion?
I love ODU this year. I'm with you guys.
Bro.
I co-sign. I like Ricky Ronnie as a coach. He's lost a ton of one-score games. Well, we're getting 23.5. That would cover the number. So, the other thing, man, I'm not the biggest Mendoza guy. I know he's a trendy, sexy pick for the next level because of his upside, but I think it's going to take a game or two. New offense, new system. Indiana also going into a new year where there's expectations higher than ever. Probably already looking ahead to Big Ten a little bit. I think this is a chippy Sun Belt team, and if you remember, man, South Carolina won 9 games last year. ODU should have beat them on opening night.
Yeah.
They fumbled on the 1-yard line to go up 2 scores. South Carolina came back and won. That game was in Columbia. Getting 23.5. I'm all over the Monarchs in the points.
I agree. I didn't have the stones to bet it.
It hasn't budged off 23.5 either. It's been staying there.
Man, I want them to win so bad.
So do I.
They won't though. Yeah, I don't think any fan base pissed me off more than the Indiana fans last year. Alabama, Florida State stacked down to 13.5. It was 14 last night when I went to sleep. I like Alabama to roll. We don't even need to get into it because we're running out of time here. I like Alabama to roll. I think Florida State will be better by default, but I think Alabama's defense is about as strong as it gets in college football. So I said Alabama anything under 14. So, yeah, Alabama minus 13.5 for me. I think their offense is better immediately, by the way, with the new quarterback. Even though he's inexperienced, I think he's just a better fit for DeBoer. And I think Alabama's offense is literally better right away.
I'm going to be dumb right off the bat. I took Florida State plus the points with the 14. I know in their last 23 openers, Alabama's won all 23. They're 18-5 against the spread. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time Alabama's ever played at Florida State. Gus Malzahn got his quarterback that he recruited at UCF. I mean, night and day quarterback play here with Castellanos and Ugalele. But I love Alabama this year. Like Kyle said, I think they can easily compete, especially because I do think Ty Simpson's going to end up being a way better passer than Milroe. But Florida State's going to be extremely improved in each aspect of the game. Castellanos going to be using his legs more than he did at Boston College. Their running backs are actually going to be used this time. Their offensive line won't be such a disaster. So I'm going to trust Gus in his Auburn days. He knows how to play Bama. I do like that Jam Miller's not playing for Bama too, their running back. So yeah, man, I like that Tony White's going to challenge Bama on the ground, make Ty Simpson throw the ball. I mean, 14 points, now it's 13.5, but 14 points on the road with a brand new quarterback isn't easy, even though it's a way more talented team. So I'm going to go with Florida State.
Mac?
Yeah, Kirms, you know I'm going to be the sicko to take Florida State here. I agree a lot with what Scoop said. Malzahn, offseason, had the whole offseason to prepare for. Castellanos, he recruited him. He's a mobile guy. It's a good fit for his offense. Also, DeBoer in Alabama last year is a double-digit favorite. Not good. At Vandy, at Oklahoma, they lost both those games outright. I'm not laying 2 touchdowns with Ty Simpson in his first road start. Same thing with Arch. I need to see it. I think Alabama does win, but I'm gonna take the points with Florida State, and I'm gonna take Florida State first half money line plus 330. Let's go Noles. That place is going to be rocking.
First half money line plus 330, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Noles first half. Then they run out of gas, and Alabama wins the game by 10.
I think it'll be 24-0 at half.
Oh, yeah, Florida State.
That fan base is going to put their paper bags hat on if it's 24-0 Alabama after going 2-10 last year.
It's not a position they're unfamiliar with. So the South Dakota, Iowa State. Scoop, you're on South Dakota, right?
Yeah, I'll let Mac talk. I like South Dakota.
Yeah, this is a top 5 FCS team. Horrible. We're just playing the spot here. I know we love Rocco Beck. We love Matt Campbell. Shame on me for getting cute.
I was going to say, you love them?
I love them. I love them. I just, every now and then you get cute. You try to go against everybody. I should have stayed loyal to Matt Campbell and Rocco, but you got to play the spot coming off Farmageddon. And they got Cyhawk next week against Iowa. So you got a big-time sandwich spot here between 2 big rivalry games. So give me Iowa State to win by 10.
Yeah, Scoop's on South Dakota. Let's just move on to the next. Scoop already talked about this game. That's why. Yeah. Next game up is, oh, man, I can't see. We'll find out in a second what it is.
I think it's Penn State.
It's game 11, whatever that is. Yeah, it's Penn State. Oh, it's Penn State, Nevada.
I mean, I'll just throw out what I put. I mean, I'm Bet365. I put Penn State to score every quarter. That was at -130. I think that's a simple bet. I think they're going to score all game. Dude, they're going to score all game. They're stacked at every position. Even in the fourth, I don't care who's playing in this game. Aller is going to be out. But Grunkemeyer is the next big quarterback for Penn State. He's supposed to be awesome. He's going to get the reps. He's going to throw the ball in the fourth. I was thinking under team total for Nevada, but I think that's at 7.5, and that's at like -200. Nevada's just really, really bad and really, really new. They lost their entire secondary. Their transfers are FCS talent. So Nevada's front seven is actually pretty decent, but that's compared to other Mountain West teams. So I think Penn State's going to score all game at will. So this is a good bet. Sharp bet. Good bet.
Let's just move on to the next.
I like Nevada. I like Nevada in the
really?
points.
I mean, that's fine, yeah.
Because if you remember, Penn State thinks they're Ohio State last year, Michigan the year before that. They treated their non-con, which is a joke, just like Penn State's, like the preseason. They got Oregon game 4. I think they go through the motions. They win by like 35-38. Nevada was 10-3 against the number last year and almost kept it close against Boise and SMU. So give me Choate and company getting 40+. Let's go.
Choate's got 0 talent on that team, man.
They play hard, though, man. They're going to compete.
They play hard.
They play hard.
Hey, 45-7. 45-7 Penn State win.
All right, last one before we start doing rapid fire because we're down to the last 15 minutes before kick. Oh no, we still got a couple more minutes. We do more. This game was interesting, and I just getting it ready for the video was cool. I think it'll be a fun game. It's just I couldn't really land on a pick. I think both offenses are better. Casey Keeler, how long does it take to get it going here at Temple? UMass actually has a strong offensive line. They bring back 3 starters, and then the 2 others are first-team all Ivy League pieces from last year. So I actually think UMass might have a strong offensive line. I didn't end up taking the over or UMass, which was what I was leaning, but it'll be UMass plus is it still 2.5?
Yeah, it's bounced around 1.5, 2.5. Shop
Yeah,
around.
1.5, 2. Yeah, so it would be either.
It's actually 3 right now on Bet365.
Really? It would it would be UMass plus the points or over for me, but we don't need to talk about it. We're running out of time, and this is not the most interesting game.
I love UMass. This is one of my favorite bets.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do last year. They were 2-10. They have an overtime loss to Liberty, Miami, Ohio. They put up 42 points against UConn, lost that game. So, I mean, Brandon Rose won a starting job here for UMass, transferred over from Utah. This is going to be more of a passing team this year. I mean, better O-line, better wide receivers. And Harasimiak's a defensive coach, so they do lose pieces on his defense, but he's brought the Rutgers pedigree to this team. Their defense is going to be good. Their front seven's solid. I really don't trust Evan Simon or Giovanni McCoy back there, whoever they put back there. Plus, Temple's 1-9 their last 10 season openers. They're 13-42 the last 5 years, and I mean they are 0-20 in their last 20 road games.
Yes.
So you don't. I'm not backing a Temple laying points on the road when they haven't won in 4 years on the road. So no, there's no way.
I'm with you, man. I love Casey Keeler. I wanted to take Temple. Then I saw that 0-20 set. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I'll go Temple, but I'm not betting this game. I want to just watch these two first-year head coaches.
All right, so rather than stumble through the graphics, I'm just gonna read them off. We got 15 minutes. Yeah, we don't need to give descriptions.
You don't have to end at 12. Like at 12.
They're all gonna leave.
No, they're not. They're gonna watch. They're gonna.
Scoop, this is what I do for a living. At 12, they're gone.
They're gonna be here. They'd rather watch you than watch football.
In fact, they're gone about 11:55.
No, they'd rather watch you than football.
They're getting ready to have. They're getting ready to have their first cold one.
Yeah, I mean, and also I want to leave. Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and talk on the camera when there's like I'm trying to watch. So, all right,
Georgia Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall Georgia, nothing for me.
Marshall under 7.5 team total looks good. It's at -130. So.
Yeah, I mean they're bad.
I mean Kirby's awful against his number, but they're coming off a down year, so I guess I'll take Marshall in the big number, but no bet.
Montana State, Oregon. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean Oregon's. I mean they're facing the second best FCS team in the country. It's not exactly the easiest team, but I mean I feel like Oregon's going to absolutely roll here. I feel like Montana State would be like a good team in the MAC, but you know that's basically you're still playing an Oregon team in the MAC basically. So it's like I think Oregon wins this one easily.
MAC.
I'll take the points with Montana State just because Oregon was bad in that FCS game, and Montana State's one of the better FCS programs. But I don't have a strong conviction on this.
Plus, Montana State lost their quarterback, who's been there for a while.
Coastal on the road to Virginia. I would like to take Virginia minus the big number. I think this is the best team Tony Elliott's had, but they're so injured on the defense that I can't. They're crushed with injuries. Reading off that injury report was actually wild. They're missing 2 starters out of the secondary, and then one of the backups that's supposed to start is also out. They're missing their best player on the defensive side, the linebacker. They're missing legitimately 4 or 5 starters from the defense there at Virginia. They're also banged up. They've also got a couple injuries on the offense. It's crazy how injured Virginia is, but it would only be Virginia minus the points. I don't think Coastal is very good. I don't like MJ Morris as the fit there at quarterback. So Virginia for me.
Yeah, I'm going to lay with Virginia. Coastal's really banged up as well, and I'm with you. I back against the wall year for Tony Elliott. They need to start fast. I think this is his best team by far, so I'll lay that number.
I'm also laying the number. You have a great quarterback with Chandler Morris. I know it's not the same type of air raid offense, but I feel like they're going to move the ball on Coastal. I mean, this team beat Coastal last year at Coastal 43-24, and they had 400 yards on the ground. And now they have a better running backs, a better line. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna score at will, which is crazy to say for a Virginia offense, but yeah, I feel like they're gonna win here.
UTSA A&M, I laid it. I got 22.5. Can you still get that? You can still get a 22.5. Yeah, I think A&M beats the hell out of them, and it's not even a testament to thinking UTSA is bad. I'm on A&M minus the number.
I bet this game, but I didn't touch the spread. I bet the over 16.5 for UTSA's offense. I feel like that's going to hit. I mean, you have 4 of your 5 linemen back. This is the year after the year, like we said with Virginia Tech. That's the offense. I agree with Kyle. I think the defense gets absolutely ripped to shreds from this A&M offense. But I like the team total. I think they have a great quarterback. They have their offense is going to be awesome. So I think they can put up 17 just running the ball because A&M lost 3 linemen too, so who are all NFL linemen. I think the whole D line's new. So
yeah, Kyle, I'm with you. I laid it with the Aggies. Bad taste in their mouth. coming off that 3 out of 4 to end the year. Mike Elko taking over the defense. I think they get after UTSA and they really run the ball at this new UTSA defense.
I'm surprised. I would have bet money you would be on the Roadrunners there.
I love the Roadrunners for the season, but I like fading the trendy dogs early.
The offense is going to be good.
Yeah.
LSU Clemson. Can you still get a 57.5? It would be under for me here. LSU Clemson. Yeah, it looks like it's still sitting at 56.5. So it did finally drop. Under for me. You guys?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Clemson. I just can't trust LSU in their first game. I know they have a great defense. It'll be solid this year, but I feel like Clemson's offense is just absolutely loaded. It's Dabo's best offense in years. Their offensive line is all back. It'll give Cade time to throw. So, and plus, I think Nussmeier will be under pressure all game. So, I'm taking Clemson.
I agree with you, Kyle. I took the under. Just like Ohio State, Texas, boxing match to start the game. But I'm on Brian Kelly and his family here. I'm high on LSU in this year. I like to take the jump. I think Clemson love has gone a little too far. They were 0-3 against the SEC last year. I think they just beat up on a weak ACC. I think it's a field goal game either way. But I do think LSU is finally going to win an opener in the other Death Valley.
Yeah, I could see LSU covering, but it's more because Clemson, I think, messes it up rather than LSU plays well. I'm a little worried about the LSU offensive line losing all those pieces.
I didn't bet this game either.
New Mexico, Michigan. I don't know how New Mexico moves the ball.
It's just hard. It's hard to bet anything but Michigan. I mean, I have no idea what this New Mexico team is going to be. You have Idaho's coach. You got Jack Lane going into the big house from Idaho.
Yeah.
They have no returning starters. New Mexico's defense probably be better just because of how they were last year, but yeah, and I don't care how Bryce Underwood looks. It's the perfect opponent for him to face opening day. Completely new defense, and plus anything's better than Warren and Orji from last year. So I'm definitely on Michigan here.
Anything in New Mexico, Michigan, Mac?
I mean, I'll go with New Mexico, I guess. Eck did keep it close at Idaho last year at Oregon to start the year. So he does have experience, but I mean, who knows what we're going to get with Underwood.
So I don't have anything in this one either. Missouri State, USC. Can we just get to UTEP? That's what I need to get to.
Yeah.
If we're going to USC, I'm betting. I would bet the over in this game. If I was betting anything, I think Missouri State can actually put up some points. Their total's at 10.5, and I'm not sure if USC is scoring 47.5 for their team total. I feel like that's way too high. But
I laid it with USC. Fake hype game here to get off the hot seat for another week.
Next one, UTEP, Utah State. The Bronco Mendenhall hype. The Bronco Mendenhall people, the college football heads. Everyone loves Bronco Mendenhall.
My guy.
It wasn't even him. It was Beck last year at New Mexico. He's a defensive coach. The defense was trash. Yeah, I think Utah State's going to be really bad. And UTEP comes in. They got their they got their receiver back, and they also brought in a guy, or I forget, I think it got a guy back from injury. I don't have it in front of me. But I'm big on UTEP's offense. Malachi Nelson at quarterback. I'm on the plus 6.5. UTEP wins this one. Bronco Mendenhall drops his home opener here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
No,
I'm on the other side. You know me. I love these Bronco Mendenhall. This UTEP and this little cha-cha-cha offense. I think the Utah State's had 3 months to prepare for it. I trust Mendenhall over Scotty Walden here. And I like the pig farmer at the quarterback position. I just think they run the ball right at him. The Mountain West needs somebody to step up. This whole league is just taking it on the chin this weekend.
Yeah, same thing with like college basketball. So I love UTEP here. I think this is going to be New Mexico 2.0 on defense. I mean, they bring their DC from New Mexico, who was absolutely awful, and it's actually a worse defense on paper. So UTEP started off last year bad, 0-6. They finished 3-3. I think Nelson should start over Locklear, but that's another story. But yeah, I mean, I think that
Nelson's not starting.
I thought it was just still going to be Locklear. Locklear's his guy, bro.
How is he now? How can he not win?
Why is he not? What is going on?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I think their O-line is going to be in good shape. I think Mark Collins is going to improve this team more with his run and gun style. At least that's his plan, and their defense should improve. So yeah, I mean, I like UTEP here.
Georgia State, Missouri, Georgia State, Ole Miss, nothing for me.
I think Ole Miss, they're going to take a big step back defensively. They lost their whole D-line, their whole secondary. Obviously, they lose Jackson Dart, their running backs, their whole line, they lose 4 or 5. So, yeah, I'm reluctantly taking Georgia Tech. I mean, you're going from a 4-year starter in Dart to Austin Simmons. Georgia State, sorry. Yeah, that lost there from Jackson Dart to an unknown and Austin Simmons. I'm not saying he's not good. You just really haven't seen it yet. So, the fact that Georgia State's defense is brand new. I really don't mind it since they were 116th in DFEI, so I think the turnover is fine. I think the front seven should help contain the run that Ole Miss is going to start off with. I say contain the run because they're not going to stop Ole Miss, obviously, but I think they're going to do enough to hold them down for long enough to cover 5 touchdowns.
Mac, nothing for Georgia State, Ole Miss?
I'll lay it with Ole Miss just because Lane Kiffin loves padding his stats and running up the score, just like Lincoln Riley.
God bless him. Eastern Michigan, Texas State. I can get a 14.5 right now. Why? I don't understand the disrespect the market.
Chris Creighton's not a good coach.
You're fucking crazy.
Oh, I disagree.
Awful coach.
I disagree too. I like
4
Creighton.
4 winning seasons in 12 years. One time he had over 7
Well,
wins.
last year, his entire offensive line was
that's what we
injured.
say every year. Every year there's a problem with Chris Creighton. He's such a good coach.
That's a terrible job.
Yeah.
Who's going to Eastern
Texas
Michigan?
State is going to rock Eastern Michigan today.
Mac, are you on the points here?
Oh, yeah. Creighton's great as a dog. He's great ATS. All he does is lose close games because his team isn't that talented. And GJ Kenny, I like him as a young coach, but they lay eggs as double-digit favorites over the last couple
I'm with
of
you,
years.
Mac. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. EMU, baby. Maction. More Maction, baby. We're live in this game.
So, yeah, and not to mention, Eastern Michigan was so injured last year, and they still improved from 2023 despite the injuries. This is the year 3 with those coordinators. He brought in a new DC, new OC. This is year 3 with those coordinators. They still got better in year 2 despite losing the entire offensive line.
That's all right. Just look at what I'm betting in the next game, which is Rice in Louisiana. I'm betting Rice.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, how good is this Scott Abel offense going to be? I just don't know. Is there a spread option offense? I don't know. The quarterback's Chase Jenkins, who was a wide receiver. It was a quarterback. Went to wide receiver. Came back as a quarterback. I mean, Louisiana doesn't know how to stop an option. Come on, man. This is a Rice spot. New athletic quarterback. I don't know if he can throw the ball, but I don't know if it's going to matter. I think Rice is going to control time of possession, something Louisiana didn't do well with at all. They were terrible in time of possession last year. So, yeah, I'm taking Rice. I think Kyle should join me with Rice. He loves Rice, so I think he should do it.
Hey, I'm co-sided with you, man. I love the Rice pick. I think they might win this game outright. You're getting double.
Yeah.
The unknown of the first-year coach, and Louisiana lost a ton, and I don't think they're well coached to start with. So ever since Napier left and they promoted within. So, yeah, I love the Rice pick. I think that's a live dog as well.
I just got the Eastern Michigan bet down. It took me forever to scroll and find that. I don't know. I don't really know if he has the personnel to make a bunch of noise here in the opener. I also think Walker Howard's going to hit the ground running there at quarterback for Louisiana. We're talking about Rice, Louisiana, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rice defense gets lit up. I know the Rice defense was surprisingly good last year. I think it was kind of a fluke.
Yeah,
I would go over. I do think that Louisiana is going to struggle to stop. I wouldn't be surprised if the option comes out as working right away. But I don't know if they make stops. Rice also lost their DC in there, I believe. Is it Brian Smith? Is it the Rice?
Well, it's a new staff.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
It's a brand new coaching staff across the board.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Georgia, Southern, Fresno. Man, I have big question marks next to both these teams. You know Clay Helton's going to have Georgia Southern offense good just because he's a good offensive mind. He brings his quarterback back. I'm sure Georgia Southern's going to have a strong Sun Belt offense. I don't know if they can make a single stop. This defense sucked last year, and then they lost the best player in the conference in watching. I don't know if they make a single stop this season. And then on the other side, Fresno. What did we learn about Fresno last week? I don't know if we learned anything. Like, is it not going to work here with Entz or is it Entz or Eck? No, it's Entz.
Entz. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Fresno, I had a bad game. I mean, they averaged 1.3 yards per carry last game against Kansas. That's going to change. I like playing teams that have a game under their belt too. Georgia flying across country. Fresno's going to be playing against a worse defense. And then Fresno's a home dog. So, yeah, I mean, I know Georgia Southern's going to be great this year. They're supposed to maybe win the Sun Belt, but yeah, man, I don't know. Fresno's going to be solid against the pass this week. Last year, they were 5th in pass defense and yards per attempt. So I think it's Fresno's spot here.
I love Fresno here. I think that everybody's overreacting. I think Kansas is pretty damn good, and I just think that they got beat up and it was a bad matchup. Cross through 0. I think it's an overreaction to week 0. I think wrong team's favored. I think Fresno gets it done.
All right, we got 4 games in 3 minutes. Cal, Oregon State, nothing for me.
Go Beavs.
I'm taking definitely Oregon State. It's going to be way better. Front 7 should cause problems.
All right,
Freshman quarterback in Corvallis. Go Beavs.
And Corvallis.
Yeah.
Wait. Go B. You guys both. Who the hell
both
are
on
the
Oregon
bees?
State.
Oh, bees.
Yeah.
Bees.
Yeah.
Right.
I was sitting there
Not
like,
the killer bees. We're not like talking about like honeybees.
I was like, who the hell are the bees?
No, because Cal starting that freshman quarterback. And that's a tough way to make your first.
So you're both on Oregon State. Got it.
The Beavers.
Hawaii, Arizona. Is Alejandro going to play? Nothing for me.
I would lean Arizona. Yeah, I mean, I was really high on Arizona last year. They completely fell apart, but I feel like they're gonna.
I think they're gonna smoke them too.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, Arizona blowout off a bad year. Brendan will have those guys ready to go with the field.
Plus, Tet's gone, and I think that's gonna help. They're gonna move the ball around more.
Yeah.
Utah, UCLA. Give me the Bruins. What Mac has said about Nico on the show over there is crazy. I don't know what Nico like. If it's as if Nico like fist fought his brother or something. I'm on UCLA plus 6.5.
I love Utah here. That's about it.
Yeah, they're going to beat him. They're just going to choke him out in the trenches. And then Nico is not playing against Kent State or all these other FCS teams that pad his stats. He's playing a real defense. Go Utes.
Utah defense lost almost entire or 5 of the front 7.
Still good though.
They reload.
Morgan Scally always reloads their defense fine.
Yeah, they got those Samoans, baby. They just keep reloading.
You guys are just like, oh yeah, the Jason Beck comes in with Dan Pierre.
Right, you got Nico at quarterback. Calm down. Nico's great. Nico's so good.
Exactly. You guys.
You got Whittingham off his first losing season in 10 years. Those guys are going to run through a wall.
A guy who was about to retire. Colorado State, Washington. Last game on the board, and let's go watch some football.
Huge spread. I'm taking Washington. Their defense is always good. Historically,
you're taking Washington to cover this huge number?
Yes, I am. I mean, I don't trust Jay Norvell to do anything. I don't know what's their offense going to look like. Is he going to run again? Is he going to pass?
Nicolosi.
No idea. They lost their whole secondary. Jock and Chase Wilson are gone. They're the linebackers. I think Washington has enough on offense. Plus, you love their quarterback, Washington, compared to who was there? Will Rogers from last year. Yeah, he's going to be way better. I love Washington here.
Mac?
I'm not going against Washington in that building. I think Williams and company. I think Jed Fish has them ready to go. And Corso just picked Ohio State in his final headgear game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, one last Buckeye.
Yeah.
You can't go against Fish, Sauce.
It would be over for me, by the way. What? This is Corso's last year?
This is his final game today. He's only doing week 1.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. I'm so disconnected. I used to watch ESPN all the time. I'm so disconnected from it.
Yeah.
Damn, legend. All right, guys, let's have a good one. Sorry for the delay. Obviously, next week we'll be good to go with the